Okay, this is going to be good. George Floyd, K-pop fans unite to troll white supremacists and drown out racists on Twitter. Well, yeah, there's a lot of blue check marked racists on Twitter. All those Twitter approved white supremacists on there. Somebody's got to counter their propaganda. So, who's to the rescue? Mirror. Brought to you by Mirror. This is going to be fun. Notice it's from the UK. What does this say? Cuck? No, coac, not cuck. Well, the UK is cucked. We all know this. Hmm. What do we have here? What is this? Is this an ad? Hang on. Oh, oh. Wood smash. I can't tell if this is an ad. It shouldn't be. I've killed ads. What is this? Oh. One of these is not like the other. Aren't they supposed to have two and two? I feel like they just violated the new social order contract. What is this? Oh my god. She's trying to eat the camera. Look at that. Holy shit. She barely fits in the camera. Oh, look, there she goes. She's trying to eat it. I'm telling you, she's looking at that camera like it's a cannoli. She can barely concentrate. She had to look away. Wow, you know what? This is racist. There's only one black girl in this entire collage. These people should be ashamed of themselves. They should turn them into the Ministry of Wrongthink. Is okay. Yes. Right. I'll wait. Hang on. I'm sorry. Whoa. Oh my god. Is that the same land whale or is this another one? What species of whale is this? Oh my god. I feel, honestly, if she's going to be moving this quickly, she really needs like auto insurance or something. Oh, look! We have our first cuck. It's soy specimen number 1. Yep. Yep. I wonder, which of these girls do you think is going to sleep with him for virtue signaling in their little band here? Is it her? Because I'd be jealous. He could have her. He could have the land whale. But I'm keeping her for myself. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, she's alright. She looks a little constipated. He can have her, actually. And her. Yeah. And that one. He can have that one. Oh, look. Look at this. Is this the same cuck or is this cuck number 2? I can't tell. And my god, look. Man. That's right. Bend over. More. Wow, look at this diverse roster. Look at this. They have a black girl and then a white girl, 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 well, two white girls, another white girl, another white girl, another white girl. I don't know what that is. A white girl. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity here. Oh, a white man and another. Uh, so they have 1.5 white men. I'm giving that guy a half score. No black men in here. You know what? I'm going to be really upset if there isn't some ad at the end of this, like a product just appears on the screen. You know, I feel like this would be a really good trolling ad for something like a Sasquatch soap. I just, but I think I'm going to be let down here. I have no idea what that was. K-pop has is. I think the diversity hiring has gotten to the editors. Has is showing its support for Black Lives Matter protests all over the globe following the tragic killing of George Floyd in the United States. Yeah, listen, let's not retread too much ground. Killing, okay. I think it could be proven, but it hasn't been yet. So, George, oh my God, here we go again. Here we go again. What do I point out in all of these articles? A black man. That's how racist these people are. George can't be a human being. He has to be a black man. He can't just be a person. He's a black man. That's all they care about. Died after, look, a white police office. So he had a white police officer kneeling on his neck for 8 minutes. That, wow. I mean, you know, an office is pretty damn big. I'd think if you had an office on your neck for 8 minutes, you're deader than a doornail. Probably after a few seconds. At least it wasn't a police officer. That would be really bad. But notice they say it's white. So it's a white police officer that killed Mr. Black Man George. These people are incredibly racist and suck terribly at editing. Kneeled on his neck for 8 minutes during his arrest while 3 other officers watched on. Actually, I didn't see the officers watching it. In fact, they were more concerned about the growing mob around them. But that's just a fact. What do I know? Facts don't matter as much anymore. Derek Chauvin, the man who knelt on George's neck, has been charged with second-degree murder, while the other 3 have been taken into custody. All right. Let's see here, yada yada. I want to get to the K-pop stuff. That's why we're here. This is just regurgitated bullshit. So now K-pop fans are showing their support en masse. Thank God. I mean, you know, times are dark here. I don't know where I would be without my K-pop endorsed virtue signaling. That is really important to me. If that didn't come soon, then I don't know where we'd be. The world would end. Where would we be without our K-pop fans showing their support for Black Man Floyd? K-pop band BTS were among the bands shared in drowning the racist hashtag. Really? Well, these guys look pretty white to me. And there's sort of this concept that Asians are in that same demographic as whites. They're held to the same standard. Not really because the left actually believes that they're white, but it's not technically race that makes them hate white people. That's just what they say to drum up the masses, to get the black people all incensed. It actually has to do with self-accountability and performance. Asians are generally very productive. They're industrious. They do well in school. They get good jobs. They're paid well. In fact, if we just look at the Asian demographic in general, like Chinese in particular, they excel past even whites. So really, if we're talking supremacy of the races here, the Chinese are currently winning. Asians in general just excel at life. That's what they do, and they do it well. So it's funny that they would find an ally in these people, right? Now, I can't tell if these are boys or girls or what. I mean, they're Asian, and I feel like if ever there was going to be a third gender, it should just be maybe K-pop Asian, because, come on. I'm pretty sure if I was to take a guess on the gender of these fine Asians, I'd break even, okay, on any bets placed here. So I have two options. I'm going to flip a coin. I'll probably miss 50% of these. Okay. The fan base is The fan base has harnessed its huge social media presence to drown out racists on Twitter. I would love to see an example of these racist Twitter posts. And if I had to take a guess, I'm going to say that this article is not going to have anything of the sort. There's always been a huge lack of evidence of racism. They like to say that it exists. They refuse, though, to point a finger at actual examples. So it's always just in their head. So we probably won't see any examples of racism, but hey, you know what? We can be hopeful. Wednesday has been planned as a day of increased social media posts amongst white supremacists, but K-pop fans were having none of it. Well, apparently I'm having none of it either, because you haven't given me any examples of this white supremacy. So we're all having none of it, apparently. I think we're having none of it because it doesn't exist. Memes and recordings of their favorite artists and fan cam footage were posted using the hashtag White Lives Matter. So sharing clips of popular artists like BTS and Blackpink, as well as memes ridiculing sincere use of the racist hashtag, K-pop's army of fans managed to plug the hashtag and stifle its circulation. Who wrote this? Did this Asian gendered individual write this article? Because the broken English in this article makes it almost impossible to parse. I have no idea what they're saying. None. When they say stuff like that, stifle its circulation. I'll take a gander and say that maybe they meant to stifle, but that's kind of interesting, because what they basically did is they reposted the hashtag. So what they actually did was the opposite of stifle. They helped propagate this hashtag because they kept reposting it. So in a sense, they helped the White Lives Matter hashtag spread far and wide. That's not called stifling. We could say that's propagating. So thank you, K-pop fans, because I actually agree with you. I agree that white lives do matter, and I appreciate that you would repost that on my behalf. You've done more good for the White Lives Matter agenda than I have today, so kudos to you. Let's see here. Yeah. So they're ridiculing it. Now here's something else I'd like to point out. This is apparently racist, but changing the word white to black is not racist. If this says Black Lives Matter, then they'll condone it, they'll praise it, they will back it and endorse it. But if the word black is instead changed to white, all of a sudden the meaning is entirely negative. It's racist. It's destructive. It's harmful. So changing one word in a hashtag on Twitter totally changes the meaning of the agenda. If you were to put something like all lives matter or Asian lives matter, I guarantee you it would be the exact same thing. These people right here, they're just too cucked. They don't want to deal with any backlash, so they virtue signal as much as they can because they don't want to receive the brunt of it. But maybe one of these Asian gendered individuals would be wise enough to realize that if there was a hashtag that said Asian Lives Matter, then these people, the Mirror.co, the media types, the leftists, they would burn it to the ground all the same. Because the truth of the matter is, they have no allegiances. They don't know honor. You're either with them or you're in queue to be destroyed. White Lives Matter. If you actually clicked on the hashtag for racist purposes, find your way out. Well, I'm not a racist, so great. To all the racist people who open this hashtag, White Lives Matter. Look, a dumb bitch. Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with a K-pop stan. See, this is what I'm talking about. For this brief moment in time, they find themselves allied with the K-pop fans. Why? Well, because the K-pop fans bowed down and got in line. They kissed the ring, you see. And so they're given a moment of peace, of mercy. But it won't last, because this is a white Asian gendered person. Not Blackpink related, but let's appreciate Kim Namjoon for a second. No matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, your gender identity, just speak yourself. What? All right. Well, I'm white, and I'm an Apache attack helicopter, so that's who I am. I'm sure you're willing to welcome me into the fold, right? Because you're all about inclusivity. That's what you claim. You claim that you're all inclusive, like how you flood hashtag White Lives Matter with fan cams. Why not do it with hashtag support anti-terror bill? I don't know what you mean by that, but I actually really enjoy this for some odd reason. I certainly enjoy the one on the left, regardless of her gender identity. I think I can get behind her, definitely. 127.7 million views. Okay. So you basically are giving hashtag White Lives Matter a ton of screen time with your very juicy protest here. How sad that the White Lives Matter hashtag was drowned out by K-pop fan cams and memes. Really? Because, I mean, honestly, I've never seen the White Lives Matter hashtag so much in my life as I have thanks to your efforts. I don't really see what you think you've done here other than give it publicity. Publicity is a good thing, so thank you. I'm sorry that you're sad about that, because I'm not. K-pop fans are flooding the hashtag White Lives Matter hashtag with fan cams to drown out all the racist tweets. This reminds me, I say hashtag now, but this is the pound sign. And I've always thought that. The whole Me Too thing, I didn't know that was a hashtag at that point. Now I do. But I was like, pound me too. That's pretty fucking funny. They didn't like that comparison, though. White supremacists quit clicking White Lives Matter and sing K-pop for miles of scrolling. Since when do I guess, am I supposed to not like K-pop because I'm white? Isn't K-pop technically a duplication of American pop culture? And since America is the safe haven of white supremacy, doesn't that make K-pop a derivative of white supremacist art forms? We're taking over this the fucking Christ, these people. I keep blaming myself. I keep thinking I just can't speak, but no, they can't spell. That's their problem. Oh, hey, look at this. This is pretty disturbing, I gotta say. If you really clicked on here to support this. I'm going to just say that they actually died from COVID-19 because that's what everyone's dying from nowadays. That's what's popular. I love the sound you make when you shut your mouth. Okay? The reality is, I know you people have a very troubled relationship with reality. But the reality is that if I click on this and it takes me here and I see this, you think you've won, but I've already contributed actually to pushing this hashtag higher. And I don't know what the Twitter stats are because I don't have Twitter, but I think it would be hilarious if hashtag White Lives Matter actually overtook hashtag Black Lives Matter during the Floyd riots. That would be some sweet irony. Okay, well, I think we've seen enough of this. It looks like it's all more or less... Ooh, well, let's look at this again. Yeah, there we go. See, I like me some milk chocolate. Nothing racist about that. Okay, one, for example, shows a meme of a group of K-pop singers pointing into the distance. The image caption, "Look a dumb bitch." Wow, you must feel really great about yourself. You know, I think I know what's happened to media. It's been overtaken by the newspaper editors of the middle school newspapers. That's what's happened. And it's happened at every large news outlet in the country. This is juvenile humor right here. The Twitter user wrote alongside it, "To all the racist people over this hashtag." Oh my God, they're just repeating that same shit. Okay, can we get something new here? Let's hear. All right. Oh wow, look at you. You guys, look at you. You just won. You just won, didn't you? Yes, you did. Standing there in the street. That's right. You have returned this city to the jungle. Maybe we're calling the wrong people. Maybe the police aren't the right ones to deal with this. We should be calling animal control or the pest companies. They come out and spray, clean it. Moving on. So we see that the Mirror is perfectly fine advertising that there's some large white supremacist movement going on Twitter, and through their valiant efforts they were able to stifle it by promoting it. Now, they didn't give any examples of this racism, so I still couldn't tell you exactly where that white racism, the white supremacist action is coming from. They didn't really go into detail. In fact, all I saw were Asian and black people talking about how great K-pop is for right now. There's just not much else going on other than that. So they say there's racism. I guess we can just trust their word for it. But, you know, it really just kind of looked, the only racism I saw was black people talking shit about white people and then advertising the White Lives Matter hashtag on their behalf for some reason. So didn't really get a whole lot, so I've moved on. In the New York Post. New York Post says, "White supremacists, drug cartels add to George Floyd chaos. Governor." Well, listen, I don't know where these people went to school, but does this headline mean that the governor said that? Is that what this means? Because quotation marks might be in order. White supremacist drug cartels are playing off the George Floyd killings to create more havoc on the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota's governor said Saturday. Oh, here we go. Too bad they couldn't clarify that here. The New York Post, I know some people who are of a conservative or moderate bent. They trust the New York Post. They say it's not bad because it's done some fair analysis in the past. Well, I want to tell you something. The New York Post is no better than the rest. It's really not, especially when it comes to your rights. They have no respect for the Second Amendment, for example. They also love to mislead in their headlines just the same. And when they say white supremacist drug cartels add to George Floyd chaos, and then very nebulously put governor at the end of it, that's not much information. If someone's just reading the headlines, they're going to take this as a matter of fact. They're not going to see this for what it is. And that's merely the opinion of an individual who happens to have a political bias because of his position. Governor Tim Walz confirmed he had received reports of hordes of white supremacists who joined the looting of businesses. There's no accountability here. There's no evidence. This is not admissible. This is not convincing. Why should I trust these reports? Where were these reports sourced from? What evidence do these reports have? that there are white supremacists who join the looting of businesses. During a pre-dawn press conference, Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey laid out plans for quelling the violence that has rocked the city since Floyd's death Monday morning. A white police officer, again, why not just say police officer, who is arresting Floyd and kneeling on the black man's neck? Why not just say man's neck? On the marauding white supremacists, Walz told reporters, my suspicions and what I've seen on this, yes. Okay, yes what? Was this a question? My suspicions and what I've seen on this, yes. So in other words, in my mind, where I make up my own facts, it is true that there are white supremacists joining the black supremacists in burning down the white supremacists' businesses and destroying their cars, arsoning their landmarks, etc. That makes a lot of sense. I'm sure the white supremacists are joining hands with these black people in burning down their own country. It gets worse than that. Walz said of marauding racists. I'm not going to disagree with this. There definitely are marauding racists around. They're just not the type of racists that you think they are. In fact, it's the reverse. This is doublespeak. That's what this is. Accuse your enemy of what you're doing. Use the truth against them. The cartels, who are wondering if there was a break in their drug transmissions, are trying to take advantage of the chaos. That's why the situation is on a federal level. What? In what world does this even make sense? I mean, first of all, if you're worried about the drug cartels, if you think they have too much power, deregulate drugs. Rob them of their power. The cartels will wither away quite quickly if you can just go and get a fix at 7-Eleven for your habit, the way that you do for alcohol, for cigarettes, for sugar, which is worse than most of the things that are illegal anyways. Sugar's absolutely a poison. There's no regulation on that. I don't see a sugar cartel. The mafia, which used to be the alcohol cartel, they're gone. Why? Well, because we got rid of prohibition. That's why. So I have a solution for you, Mr. Walz. If this is really in the front of your thoughts, I know how we can solve this. You should give me a call. Not that I believe this is at all happening. Not that I think they care any more than you care, than I care. I don't think they care. I think they're in the business to make money, and like most shadow dwellers, such as yourself and the rest of the Democrats, they probably do make more money off of chaos and destruction. Why wouldn't they? They're criminals.